Hi everyone. Let's talk about today the word problems with rational numbers. And this is part one of word problems with rational numbers. There would be part two coming. So let's try these examples. The first thing first, you have to really um, make your own strategies how it would make it easier for you to solve word problems. For me, I read the question 2 or 3 times, then I underline whatever is important information in the question, and I try to change in the question, like for each sentence, into math if I can. If I can't, then I just leave it alone. If I still don't understand the question, then I draw a picture of it. Like I draw several pictures and then I see, okay, how it works. So let's try this question. Henry, Salvador, and Enrique are splitting a large pizza. Henry ate 3/8 of the pizza. Salvador ate 1/4 of the pizza. Enrique ate 5/16 of the pizza. How much pizza is left? Left mean you're subtracting, we know that. But we are subtracting what from what? If you pay attention, that much pizza they ate, all three people. So I'm subtracting from one large pizza, I'm subtracting all the pieces of the pizza they ate. So, but we have to make sure I can't just do one subtract from 3/8 subtract from one and 1/4 from one and so on. I will add all the pieces that they ate and then I will subtract it from one large pizza and see how much is left. So let's do this. First step, let's add all the pieces of the pizza that they ate. So 3/8 Henry ate plus 1/4 Salvador ate, 5/16 Enrique ate. So when we add them together, and let's see what we found. So I'm gonna use my calculator to add these together. If you're not allowed to use a calculator, then you can find the least common denominator and then solve it like that, the way you usually do simple fractions. If you don't know how to find least common denominator and how to solve fractions, please watch my other videos. I have explained really in detail how to do that. But right now I'm going to use my calculator. So let's go back to the calculator. If you guys see, let's turn it on, clear it. I have 3/8 of the pizza that Henry ate. So I have a fraction and I am gonna use a fraction like this. You see numerator over denominator, so I'm gonna hit that. And I have 3/8, 3 with the cursor, move down, 8, move to the right, and plus. Then I have another one, 1/4. Again, I'm using this fraction. I have 1 in that 4, go back, add, and I have 5/16, a fraction, 5/16. You hit enter, and it's going to give me 15/16. So this is how much total all three people ate the pizza. Now I'm going to subtract that from one pizza that we had. Now you can write down 15/16 as a fraction right there, but instead of doing this, I'll do like second, and you see this green button right there, that's answer, and hit enter. It's going to give me 1/16. So now I'm going to go back to my worksheet. So here is the one up here. I'm gonna go 1/16, not 1/16, 15/16 when I add them together. That was 15/16. Now I'm subtracting 15/16 from 1 and it's gonna give me 1/16. So that much pizza is left after all three people ate. Okay, let's go to the next question. The 8th grade class is doing a fundraiser for a class trip. They will earn enough money if 5/6 of the 8th grade class meets their sales goals. So how many people need to meet their goals? 5/6 of the 8th grade. Okay, so do we know how much is 5/6 of 8th grade? We don't know that. There are 162 students in 8th grade. Okay, so I have total of 162 students. So instead of 8th grade, I will write 162. Okay, pay attention. This off means multiplication. Okay, this off means multiplication. So what are we going to do? 5/6 of 162. It's going to give me 135. So 135 students need to meet, okay, that's E, meet their sales goals. Okay, let's go to the next question. Deshante has 6 hours to finish writing a paper. So total she has 6 hours. During the same time frame, she has to practice trumpet for 3/4 of an hour, and I'm gonna underline hour 2. Make dinner for her little brothers, which takes 1.5 hours. Do chores 2/3 hours. How many hours that I'm looking for does she have left, which means subtract, to actually work on writing a paper? So if I add all these hours, then I will see how much hours she spent on doing different things. Then I'll subtract that from total 6 hours and we'll see how much is left for her to write a paper. So again, I'm adding 1.5 plus 2 2/3 plus, and I have up here 3/4, the first one, and I'm gonna erase that. Okay, when I add all of these numbers, and I'm gonna use a calculator for this again, so let's go back to the calculator. I'm gonna clear that, and if you guys pay attention, since I have a 3/4, that's just a regular fraction, so 3/4, and I have plus, then I have a mixed number, and you see the green up here, that's a mixed number. So I'm gonna hit second in green, and it's gonna give me 1. Okay, up here 1, move the cursor, 1, 1.5, and I'm gonna plus, and I have another mixed number. I'm gonna hit second in this again. When you have a green to do it, like green everything, then you have to hit the second before you hit that button. So I have 2, and I have 2 down there, 3. You add them together, I'm gonna get 59/12. And I'm subtracting that from 6 hours. That many hours she spent to work different things. Now I'm subtracting that from 6, and again I'm going to go second in answer. This is going to give me 13/12. Now 13/12, you can just write 13/12 if you want to simplify more. The question is asking for it. Then you can have a mixed number, because if numerator is bigger than denominator, you can have a mixed number. So I'm changing this into a mixed number using a calculator. So I'm going to hit second, and you see up here the simple fraction to mixed to simple fraction. I'm going to hit that and enter. 1 hour and 1/12. That's that much, how much she needs, she has actually to work on her paper. So let's go back to the channel, the worksheet. Okay, let's try that. This is going to give me up here, when I add it together, I got, let's see, I got 59, I think it was 59/12. Over 12. Then I subtracted that. I think it was, yeah, it was 59. So I subtract that from 6, and I got 1/12. So that much time she has left to work on her paper. Okay, let's go for the next question. Tom is crazy about tacos. He thinks he must have always have a perfect ratio: meat, cheese, lettuce, and tomatoes. Here is his rule: the meat should fill 1/2 of the taco shell. The cheese should take up 1/4 as much as space as the meat. Okay, the lettuce and tomato layers should be the same height, so lettuce and tomato should be the same. I'm just writing it here. Should fill should fill the rest of the taco shell. What fraction of taco shell should the lettuce layer fill in Tom's taco? So they are only asking for the lettuce. Okay, let's try. He has a taco. Half of the taco is gonna fill up with meat, right? And then another one is 1/4 is cheese. When I add them together, I got 3/4. So 3/4 of the space is supposed to be, for example, this is taco. In 1, 2, 3, 4. For example, this is 3/4. This is 3/4, and he has in 3/4 he has a cheese and he has a meat in here, up here. Now this portion is left. How much is this? If this is 3/4, you know that's 1/4, right? But if you still are confused, then let's subtract this 3/4, that area that already filled, from 1. 1 is a taco, and I got 1/4. So this is 1/4. Now they said, well, they're only asking for the lettuce. So how do I find lettuce? Because tomato and lettuce have the same height and should fill the rest of the taco. So this area should have lettuce and tomatoes both. Okay, so I'm going to divide this area 1/4 by 2 because I have lettuce and tomatoes. It will give me 1/8. So for lettuce, I have 1/8 space, and for the tomato, I also have 1/8 space. But since they're asking only lettuce, we're going to give them just the lettuce, okay? So that's how these word problems, you can practice them over and over. Read the question, draw a picture, it works. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, like my video, and have a good day, guys.